I'm Tage Larsen, and I play trumpet in the Chicago Symphony. Well, my father loved music, and he always had music on in the house. All of my siblings and I were exposed to his music that he loved, which was mostly classical and some jazz, and we listened to it all the time. And there was one particular recording that he had. This is when CDs first came out, like in the early 80s, and he was excited about the technology. He had a recording of the Scottish National Orchestra playing Sibelius' Second Symphony, and he loved it. He's Norwegian, part Norwegian, and he was really drawn to this music, and so he played that CD a lot. And the piece ends with an amazing brass fanfare. And that's sort of what really drew me in to brass playing and trumpet playing, and that's the moment I said, this is what I want to do. He was the first person that I knew of who had CDs of Wynton Marsalis. He played these recordings of this trumpet player that were just unbelievable. Being a young black trumpet player, and seeing this phenomenal black trumpet player, I was really, really inspired by what he can do. And I remember Mr. Burnham, my trumpet teacher, saying, you have to practice at least a half an hour a day. So, you put on the stopwatch, the clock, and after half an hour, would go off and run out and do something else. But it was the challenge of getting better and being able to play what I heard that was fun for me. In the summer, I went to the New England Music Camp. At the beginning of the session of camp, there were auditions for all the players. And I thought I was a fairly good trumpet player. I'd been playing for a couple of years. And everyone took the auditions, and I was the last trumpet player in the last band. I was the very last place, and I was just like, oh, okay. But that inspired me. That I thought, I can't sit here at the end of the section. So I worked really hard, and eventually made my way up to the front of the section. It's a long process. It's not going to come overnight. You can easily get frustrated if you're not playing Carnival of Venice, after a few days of practice. Sometimes I've been discouraged. Sometimes I still am discouraged, but I don't quit. And I hope you don't either, because it's a really wonderful thing to have in your life. The discipline of practice and trying to achieve your goals on an instrument parallel many aspects of life. The idea of having to sit down and work on something painstakingly to try to get it as well as you'd like to have it is just something that permeates into other aspects of my life on a daily basis. If I were into music, if I were decided to become an architect or a lawyer or whatever, I think those lessons I learned from applying it to an instrument would definitely carry over into those other aspects of life. This is Sibelius' Second Symphony, the finale, my favorite piece of music, the piece that inspired me to play trumpet. And I'm here with my two sons, Zachary and Ethan. And guys, what do you think of this?
Think of what?
The music.
Good. Yeah.
Good, huh? It's beautiful. It certainly inspired me. I don't know about these guys. These guys are into rock and roll and other things, but like my father, I've got music on in the house all the time, so. If you play an instrument, I hope you don't quit. Hope you really love it as much as I do.